Good morning, boys and girls. This is your review of the practice tests that I gave you this week. This will get you ready for Friday's test. And here we go. You should have already tore this page out of your book, or maybe printed a copy and wrote on it, or just simply wrote your answers. But either way, let's go over all the different types of questions you're going to see on the test. And here we go. Number one. Julio used unit cubes to make a rectangular prism. What is the volume of the prism? I'm just going to kind of zoom in on these questions, just give me a little room to work. Once again, you just count the length. 5, 6, so that's 6. Count the width, 1, 2, 3, 4. And count the height, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and when you do the multiplication, 6 times 4 times 3, you will get 72 cubic units. Reminder, you are more than welcome to use a calculator to do these calculations. I'm not going to use this video to go over any of the calculations. Just going to, get right to the work. Number 2, select the possible dimensions for a prism with each volume given. Okay, best way to do this kind of problem is just to go ahead and solve each one of them and select the correct answer. When you do the math for each one, you're going to find that this second one here is going to be the first one here, 45 cubic centimeters. When you do the math for the next one, is going to be found over here, 2 times 4 times 7. And this one will be the first one, 3 times 4 times 5. And the last one's got to be this one. This was not a hard question. You do have to take some time and do the multiplication. You may have done the multiplication and wrote the amounts up at the top. Here was 60, here was 45. If you just go straight over the top and then just select the correct answers, you should be good to go. This is the 72, and this was the 60. No. This was the 56. Okay. A swimming pool is 50 meters long, 15 meters wide, and 3 meters deep. What is the volume of this pool? So this is 50 times 15 times 3. And when you do boy, that's not a very deep, 3 meters deep. I guess it is a deep pool. When you do all the math, you're going to end up with this answer. Part B says, after filling the pool for several minutes, the water is 1 meter deep. What is the volume of the water in the pool? So if we know that 3 meters deep is going to be this, you already figured that out, you could just divide that amount by 3 to find what 1 meter deep would be. And when you do that math, you're going to end up with 750 cubic meters. Don't forget our old friend, best friend, 2250. And we're dividing by 3. So that would go 0 times. Bring the 2 up, just to kind of review. 22 would go 7 times. That's 21. Bring the 1 up here. That's going to be 15, would be 5. And that will be 15. And we have nothing here, but we have to divide 750. Okay. Number 4. One of those combination structures. Small building has the dimensions shown. Write an expression for the total volume of the building. And then part B is what is the volume. So part A is write an expression. What are the numbers you're going to multiply for each rectangular prism? Well, if we look at the two of them, we have rectangle 1, we have rectangle 2. Let's start with 1. We know that our height is 24. We know that our width is 12 because that's a 12, that's a 12, that's a 12, and if I could see the width below, that would be a 12 as well. So it's 12. We know that our height is 24, but what is this amount right here? And the key is that they tell you that the whole length from here to here is 40. Well, how do I know what this one is? Okay, I have to use the 32 opposite it because that's the length of the second rectangular prism. So this is 32 here, from here to here. So 32 plus what equals 40? And that would be 8. So now we know it's going to be 8 times 12 times 24. We put that in parentheses for the first rectangle, and then we're going to add the volume for the second. We know it's going to be 32 times 12 times 16. So using a calculator to figure all those out, I'll just whip mine out because I don't feel like doing all the math. 8 times 12 times 24 equals 2,304 plus 32 times 12 times 16 equals 6,144. And when you add those two together, you should get 8,448 cubic feet. Okay, that's a lot of math. Number 5, choose all the expressions that could not be used to find the volume of the bale of hay. Well, we know that if there's any of them that say 100 times 40 times 20, don't check that because that is exactly how we find it. So we're not checking this one here. Right below that, we have 100 times 40 plus 20. No, that is not going to work. So that one we will check. Back over here, we have 100 times 40. Well, we got to multiply it by 20 also. So that's not going to work. Ooh, this one's good. They did a base times height. 4,000 is 100 times 40. 4 with 3 zeros. So that will work, so don't check it. This one, however, 100 plus 40 plus 20, no, that's not going to work. So those 3 should have been checked. Part B says another 10 centimeters of hay is added to the top of the bale. What is the volume of the bale of hay now? So instead of, they're basically adding another layer on top of this. right? And it's 10 more. So our problem is going to be our base, which is 4,000, and we're going to multiply it not by 20, not by 10, but the addition of those, 30. And that will give us 120,000 cubic centimeters. All right, I'm going to stop this video and make a part 2 video